Yeah, that's right. The sports leader. Thanks for listening in record numbers. We appreciate it.
Hey, we were just talking about how my dog Mochi was bleeding and my house looked like the final scene of Scream.
Yeah.
Rosen.
I said to Sauce and Zach and Carl during the break, you want to cry your eyes out.
Don't bring it up.
Jon Stewart.
Oh, I know.
On Monday night, broke down for, 3.5, 4 minutes, the death of his dog.
Yeah.
They put his dog down the day before that, and he tries to get through the story of how they found the dog and adopting the dog, and then, of course, the dog eventually passing away. Three-legged dog named Dipper.
Oh.
Which is kind of hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
3 legs. Got hit by a car, so it was at a shelter. That's when they found it. But he makes it about 20 to 30 seconds before he starts bawling his eyes out and then tells the story about how much the dog meant to him, the whole 3.5, 4 minute clip. If you want to cry your eyes out, watch Jon Stewart cry talking about his dog.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
It's super touching, though.
That's tough.
He freaking loves that dog, you can tell.
Yeah, man.
Dogs, man.
Dogs,
man. Yeah. My Muppy will... Oh, Jesus Lord.
Your Muppy?
Yeah, my dog. That's her name, Muppy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were still talking about your dog.
What do you think I was talking
about? I thought your Muppy fell out of your pants.
What's that? What's it called? A merkin?
What? No.
He did answer your question.
You are allergic to caffeine. You're having an allergic reaction.
I'm allergic to smarts.
You sure are.
I'm not.
Luckily, you never have a reaction.
I might pee.
I don't know anybody. I don't know another grown man that fears peeing his pants more than you.
Well, Hockey makes me laugh.
Yesterday, was it Hawk? Somebody. Oh, that's right. We were in Barb's office and after the show, and Hawk made you laugh really hard. And within 2 seconds, you're like, "Whoa, I'm gonna pee."
All right.
You before. It's not like you gut laughing for 30 seconds and you can't breathe and you're fighting back pee. It's. You've laughed for a second and a half, and your first instinct is, I'm going to piss my pants.
Yesterday.
And you do kind of like cross your legs, like, please don't pee.
His off-the-air comment was not only very funny, it was super quick.
It got me. Again, that was your initial instinct was, please don't urinate in Barb's office.
I said to him yesterday, I said, man, your shirt matches your hat. And he said, your T-words match your body. And I laughed.
Yeah, it just hit that right spot, and it apparently hit your reflex because you almost pissed.
It was funny. It was very good.
I think it's interesting. You have to talk yourself out of it, too.
I just thought it was funny, man.
Wait a minute. Pee. Anyway, news.
Yeah, news.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey.
That's right. Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Power Trip Morning Show. The Mega Millions jackpot is now over $600 million after nobody won Tuesday's grand prize. It's keeping on going on. The nationwide lottery was up to 563 heading into last night. No one matched all 6 numbers. Now it rolls over to Friday's drawing, $607 million. There you go. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, man. It's time to buy those tickets. You can't win if you don't play, right?
Let's go.
Let's do it. Music superstar Adele is postponing the next 10 shows in her Las Vegas residency. Adele says she's been sick and needs to rest her voice before she returns to stage.
Is she there when we're there? April 10th through the 13th?
I think she
overlapped.
Is.
Postponed all of her shows in March. Began Friday. Announcing Adele did not miss a single show of residency. She sold out 80 performances in 40 weeks. It doesn't say in the story. I'm not sure.
No, she's not back. And wait, she's in Munich? Munich.
Oh, my God.
There's that. Anyway, so.
Dear God.
Speaking of
I
Vegas.
was Judy Garland or Vincent Van Gogh.
Why, so you'd be famous?
I wish I was Judy Garland, too. I do. I just stare at myself in the mirror.
Go.
Tickle.
All right. You're Judy Garland. Mary F. Kill. Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion. Go ahead.
And by the way,
give me reasons.
He has seen that film.
You're Judy Garland, Mary F. Kill, Scarecrow, Tin Man, Cowardly Lion. Go.
Yeah, I'm going to kill the Cowardly Lion.
She's not there when we're there.
Who, Judy Garland?
No, I don't.
I'm going to get it on with the Scarecrow because he's all, limber.
Oh, my God.
You're going to marry the Tin
You're
Man.
going to marry the Tin Man.
Zach, you're shaking your head violently like that was the wrong choice.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Zach. Oh, tell me.
Well, only one of them has like warm parts, and you're killing that
lion, right?
So I think you gotta marry the lion.
It's a cowardly lion, not a cowardly bear.
I know, but it's a living thing where the Tin Man, very cold, very oily, not going to be fun after a while. Yeah. And the Scarecrow, I mean, I think you F the Scarecrow, you marry the lion, and you kill the Tin Man. Because the Tin Man may have a sheet metal,
right.
Brilliant. Yeah. But it's not going to be. It's going to be cold and.
So the smart one, you have no interest in spending time with.
No.
Yeah. You don't want to marry the Scarecrow.
No.
Paul, your hands up.
Has hockey seen an adult version of that?
I mean, I would lean towards yes, but it can't be 100%. He's nodding his head. Back to the news.
It's actually, you do that all the time, and most of the time I'm goofing. I have seen that.
Of course you've seen that.
I have.
No, can I go quick?
This isn't what really matters. This is the news.
If you pass away, then that'd be awesome.
You marry the Tin Man because he's protective and handsome. You kill the lion because the lion sucks and nobody likes a coward.
Right.
And the Scarecrow, you just call up on a Friday night and be like, hey, you want to come over?
Yeah, get those loose hips over here. Am I right?
Ouch.
And then you set them on fire because of the friction.
Does the Scarecrow have a cell phone?
You want to rub some, this Scarecrow rub some sticks together.
What's that? Some what now?
Sticks.
Oh.
I think the correct answer is you definitely bang the lion, but only after he gets those pedicures and gets his hair done.
Yeah, he is cute with that with his hair.
Wow. Once the lion's got his A game, it's not even a debate.
Put him up.
Put the bow in his hair.
Yeah.
Is this on the air?
Family Dollar stores are going to pay a $40 million fine after pleading guilty to unsanitary conditions in a rodent-infested warehouse.
Ew.
The FDA, in February 2022, reported finding over 1,000 rats inside the West Memphis, Arkansas warehouse, which caused a recall of products from over 400 stores. The fine is part of a plea deal and is the largest monetary criminal penalty ever given in a food safety case.
40 mil?
40 mil. And that's not very much. And I'll tell you, man, what's John Oliver's show? Help me.
Last week tonight.
Yeah, they did a great bit one time on how underfunded the FDA and the, what's the other one? There's the FDA.
CDC?
FDA and...
the FBI, the NBA, the AWA, the A&W root beer.
USDA, maybe.
That's it, USDA. Thank you. That's it. Those two are so underfunded that like an entire state has like 3 people to oversee everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's
Really?
the craziest thing.
That's
yeah.
not good, man. And they have no idea what their jurisdictions are.
Right, yeah, because they're split up between them weirdly. Yeah, right. Interesting thing. Boy, they do a good job on that show. Sometimes you're like, why would I care about that? And then after you're done, you're ready to protest.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, I know, right? Right.
Is they're spotlighting things that you didn't even know were a thing.
Yeah.
And then you go to bed and forget all about
right.
it.
Well, and because of this fine, it's now family $1.25.
Oh, more surge pricing?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You guys remember Surge? Did anybody like it?
Yeah.
It's a good drink, right?
It was okay.
You drank it, though, right? That's big in our
Yeah, but Mountain Dew is 1,000 times better.
Cold Mountain Dew is the best pop on the planet.
I'd go with Mr. Pibb.
You love Mr. Pibb.
And A&W root beer from an A&W.
Oh, man.
Also, what do you eat from their core?
Well,
they have Mott sticks?
As long as you get the root beer floats, who cares?
And they have onion rings.
Root beer floats are the best.
Oh, the best.
Root beer floats are undefeated.
Yep.
Yeah. You got to get the right ice cream to root beer scenario.
I can't imagine there being a bad unless it was just
Careful.
like an entire cup full of ice cream and a dribble of but I'd still like that, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think you can screw up the ratio. Man, what's the little town on the way to Winona right on I can't remember.
Puxatawny?
They got this A&W. It's like it's like attached to a gas station, so you think it's going to be like a throwaway A&W. It's like you walked into the 1950s. And they sell the mugs, which I love the damn mugs.
The mugs are the best.
Is the one off of Exit 19 in Baldwin, Wisconsin still there?
Yes.
That's the only one I can think of.
That one's still there, yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
God, I love A&W root beer from an A&W root beer stand because I bought a 2-liter because I was loving it so much. And I had, I bought the mugs. I'm like, I'm going to fill it up. Ain't the same.
No, it's not the same.
No, it's not the same,
man.
I get the frosty mug from the actual place.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's why drive-ins are the best, man.
I need to be
drive-in in
served
Taylor's
by a
Falls.
teenager with a bad attitude in order for it to taste good.
That driving in Taylor's Falls and getting frosty mugs or root beer floats, that was a huge part of my, I don't want to say childhood because I guess it was my teenage years, but I wasn't doing that when I was 5. But once I had my license and we could drive to Taylor's Falls to go play mini golf and look at all the gals that I went to high school and basically skirts serving food. It's like, let's go play some mini golf and get some root beer like badasses.
You want to know how dumb I was as a high schooler?
Oh, no.
It looked like somebody shot me in the face with buckshot. That's how bad my acne was. Especially during football season. We used to go to A&W after every football practice and get a half gallon of root beer and drink the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm sure that wasn't helping.
And plus, I never showered.
Oh, God.
The puzzle is starting to put itself together.
How?
Hi.
Why did you not shower?
Because I like.
You're busy?
I like to intimidate men with my smell.
Really?
No.
Oh.
Sauce, that's pretty prevalent in the animal kingdom.
Yeah, man.
Is it?
Using scent to intimidate.
Pheromones, right?
I didn't know
They
that.
were better than fair.
Brilliant.
Man, now I want to play mini golf and have root beer floats.
Yeah, man. I want to rip your
float real
Let's go
bad.
right now.
Would you buy one, Hawk?
I'd buy 15 of them.
All right, sweet. Let's do that.
I've gone to that drive-in like 3 years straight with the kiddos. They love it too.
Wouldn't it
Just
be good
junk food,
to
right?
go
It's
to-
just deep fried trash,
The
but
best.
still,
Who cares?
I'm not even taking a shot at them. It's you when you go there, you're like, this is just going to be filled with grease.
Yeah,
but who cares?
There's one
That's
in
the charm of it.
Grease is good.
Grease is the best.
Mound.
It's the
That's really
word.
good.
Now, I like mounds.
Yeah, you do.
I don't like mound candy bars, though. Keep coconut away from me.
One in Mound right by Dock and Lift. Great spot. Same kind of thing.
What is it?
Dock and Lift. It's right next to it.
Yeah, it's where Don Dockin does weights.
That's Scene Bear's parents'
They're
company.
at the
Dock and
Medina
Lift.
on Saturday night.
Dock it is?
Yes.
Yeah,
Are
he's
they
going to
at
be
Dock
doing
and
the
Lift?
bench press from 8 to 8:30.
He is actually with Bullet Boys. They're going to smooth up in you.
You want to see
play
Doc
it?
and Lift?
I
Go
do.
to
I wanna see
Medina.
Doc.
I was going to go for hockey, but I got to go see Dockin now.
Yeah.
Selling
Oh, that
those
dude
tickets.
swole as hell.
Dockin sucks.
Oh,
Dockin's
stop
the
it.
best.
I would say that to his strong ass face on Saturday.
Back me up on this.
No.
Not you two.
The
Well,
band?
no, Dockin. We're talking about Dockin.
Dun, 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 dun,
Oh,
dun.
my gosh. They shred, breaking the chains.
Are you going to go?
I'm tempted.
Yeah, I'd like to go. Maybe your dad will go with us.
Why is Dockin at Medina? He should be at the combine.
Yeah.
Showing off his skills.
He's a Dock and Lift.
Sauce, you're going to do sports when we get back.
Oh, yeah.
God, I love Dockin.
I can't wait. Are you going to go?
I got to catch a lift with him.
The Power Trip Morning Show after this on the fan.com.
The Fan.
Yeah, man. Good stuff. You're right, Zacho. We should go see Dockin with your dad.
My mom might be interested, too.
Yeah.
Where's Dockin?
At the Medina.
Oh.
Hey, it's 724's Power Trip Morning Show. I was at the Medina last week.
Who'd you see?
Lita Ford.
I went to a party last Saturday night. I didn't get
Did you buy tickets?
I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Didn't you see System of a Down play Chop Suey last week?
Would you pay for those tickets, Hawk?
It would have been nice if you did. Because then we could talk about it. Because then it's like in the news, right? It's a callback.
But then we got to keep talking about it.
I would love to see them play this song live, but I bet they don't play this live anymore.
I don't know if they play Sugar live.
Hawk?
Yeah, buddy.
Sugar.
Would you pay for those Lita Ford tickets?
I'm sorry, what? What'd you say?
I
What'd you
walk
ask?
in. Here are the two things he said to me. He had his hands, in his face, and he was like, I can't believe what I spent on Lita Ford tickets. And I go, all right. He goes, ask me on the air. And then he says, you have no idea how much time I spent yesterday
What?
watching people headbutt each other.
I did. That is a true statement. I did. I got my. It was
What does that even mean? Were you hammering it?
I go down rabbit holes on YouTube, and I just think a well-executed headbutt is just the best, right?
Oh, devastating.
Especially for short guys, right?
Yeah.
If you can execute a headbutt, you're going to win the fight. But if you get one executed on you, you're executed. It's over. And I went down a rabbit hole last night and finally looked at I'd been watching headbutts for about an hour and a half.
I've never been headbutted or been the headbutter.
You've been headbutted, right, Hawk?
Doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it devastating both ways?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It knocks the piss out of both parties.
But is it a little bit less when you're the one doing it?
Yeah. You ever been hit in the nose?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh, man. Your forehead into somebody's nose, the fight is over.
Oh, really?
It's the same thing if you can punch somebody in the throat. Fight's over. A solar plexus punch is a really good one, too. I've been hitting all those places, by the way. So,
you're the operation of
absolutely.
Indiana Hick fights.
Yeah, let me tell you right now.
So what did you pay for those tickets?
$54 a piece.
God, you could have spent the exact same amount of money on that chick's bathwater.
Yeah.
$54.
That's true.
That's not bad.
That I was.
What was the face value?
54.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought that I might get to meet her, and I did not get to. But it was great. And Steelheart was the opening band, and I like going to Medina. It's fun, but that was more than I expected to spend. But I was standing there, and I'm like, okay, yeah.
Did you bowl first?
I did not.
I wish you would have got to meet her.
Me too.
Just because you could have been like, hey, Lita Ford, I could have bought bathwater, but instead I bought a ticket to see you.
It's a good icebreaker.
Yeah, right.
I just love how we followed it up with, you will never guess how long I watched Head Buddies videos last night.
Well, could you have guessed?
No.
What would you have guessed?
10 minutes?
Yeah, right. That's
a terrible guess.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would have guessed at least an hour and a half.
Yeah. I watched a lot of headbutting, and man, just devastating.
Have you seen that new Dana White thing, the slapping contest?
I don't like watching that.
I don't like watching it either.
It just knocks the piss out of somebody.
Is that Dana's next thing though? Is some sort of headbutting competition?
Well, that's just the UFC.
That's
Rosie's
true.
into
That is
headbutting.
true.
Yeah, he's into butt heading.
Only
Can you
my
headbutt
dad.
in UFC?
No.
Sure you can.
I don't think you can.
Sure you can.
You
Wow.
can't kick in the nards.
Let me check. I think you can.
I don't think you can headbutt.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Where's Max?
He died.
Probably somewhere.
He actually might be in Australia by now, or New Zealand by now.
I'd hope so.
I hope so.
Remember, he told us it was like forever.
Yeah. He said he's going to get there Wednesday. So he's leaving Monday night, but he wouldn't get there till Wednesday, technically.
Didn't he say he got there Thursday, the Australia time? So, maybe now is Australia Thursday, but it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
So, maybe he's close. Who knows?
Sasha, you're right. It's illegal to headbutt in the UFC.
Yeah, I thought so.
Man, thank God you told me.
Why? Were you going to join the UFC and start headbutting?
It's my only move.
It's headbutting hockey.
Yeah.
That's what your action figure would be called.
Yep.
Headbutting hockey.
That's right. Boy, I need a ladder to headbutt Rosie.
Yes, you would.
You stand still, sir. I'll be right back.
Your headbutt's the tush push of UFC.
Or
just boom.
you guys in the NBA, you could probably have trouble.
Yeah,
headbutting.
no. Yeah, I'd have to
I played here last night.
head hip them.
Oh, you'd head them.
Whoa.
Oh.
Okay.
Come on.
No.
No
That's
filter.
not what I meant.
Just none.
Yeah.
Rosie,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sip your
Hi.
coffee.
I'm sorry that
yeah.
the show's like this.
I've been listening.
I don't know
Trust
what's
me.
going on. I don't know what happened.
What was the name of that city again that you said? Munch?
What?
Munich?
Oh, Munich.
No, but you just said Munch.
I think he said Menich.
He said mensch.
Manic.
I thought he said mensch.
That's a Yiddish phrase.
Sauce, when you do sports, Rosie's already getting bored.
Can I do
Would you just tell him
I'm
sports?
fine.
Can I do the first one, please?
Yeah.
It's time for Fan 5 on the
can I say
Power
something
Trip.
quick?
Presented by All Around Property
Can't do it. You
Preservation.
can't let me go first.
No, you can. But I have a bit for Vikings news.
I've got a lot of audio.
All right, perfect.
from-
I got a
from
bit
that
too
Okay,
that
good,
I'd like
good.
to do.
Rosie,
Yes, sir.
NFL superstar Tyreek Hill broke plus-size influencer's leg by charging at her with crushing force after she humiliated him during practice football drills at his Florida mansion, a lawsuit claims.
What
Have
a
you read
world.
this?
I don't even understand
It's a
this
hell of a
story.
long sentence, isn't it?
Yeah, it
read
is.
it
And it's
again.
very confusing.
That's very fun. It's filled with a lot of
It
adjectives.
really is.
Yeah.
NFL superstar Tyreek Hill broke a plus-size influencer's leg by charging at her
Influencer.
with crushing force
Okay.
after she humiliated him during practice football drills at his Florida mansion.
How does one humiliate Tyreek Hill in a drill?
I don't
if
know.
If you're, I mean, like, run faster?
Apparently, Sophie Hall says Hill felt humiliated when she managed to hold her own and even knock him backwards during a series of practice drills at his Florida mansion. They were practicing together.
All right.
Yeah.
By the way, according to the story that I just clicked on,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking plus size, if you're thinking Gilbert Grape's mom,
Yeah.
that's not the case
No, I'm
here.
looking
She's
at
just
her.
very curvy.
Yeah, she's a
not
beaut, Clark.
Yeah.
She's not 600 pounds.
No,
She's,
no. She's a beaut.
And
And why did he do this?
They were doing, she's going out for the NFL.
Okay.
They're practicing it up.
And he decided to take offense to what she was doing. And
I don't know. I
broke her
think he
leg.
maybe, I don't know, like if he, like, he's like, this is how it's done.
Yeah.
Maybe he was singing, this is how we do it.
She pressing charges?
Can we play that?
Probably.
Yeah.
She is. Yeah, she's
should.
She's been in pain and agony for days.
Oh, my God.
Diagnosed with a right leg fracture, required
What
surgery.
a tool. Not her. Him.
Button bar.
Yeah, thank you.
She was invited to take part in an offensive line blocking drill.
Yeah, well, she was invited. Would you like to come over and take part in an offensive line blocking drill?
My goodness.
Sure, but I'm a plus size model.
I mean, she's got a couple of pylons.
Damn right she does.
Are you looking at a
And in the
picture?
one video where she's on crutches, she immediately turns around and shows you her butt. Button bar.
You just called yourself out for a button bar.
Tyreek can't stay out of his own way.
No, he certainly can't.
He gets in trouble all the
burned his
time for
house down.
something.
But I liked him on that show with Hard Knocks. He seemed like a good dude. He seemed like a righteous dude. I like that show, Hard Knocks.
Is in 2024, do we court women by asking them if they want to take part in an offensive line drill?
Probably not when your wife lives in the same house.
I don't think he was courting her.
No, he was
Maybe
just...
he was.
I'd be surprised.
Hey,
I think it's on the DL.
Kel, I'm going to be out back doing what? I'm going to. I invited a bunch of Instagram models over, and we're going to practice the 3-man weave.
We're doing tackling drills.
Right? What? Hey, nice to meet you. Do you want to come over and pretend you're the left tackle, and I'll be the defensive end?
These stories seemingly follow just a certain number of players, and they're always, you can fill in the blanks on who they end up being.
Yeah.
And Tyreek is one of them.
Yeah.
Who are the other ones? Give us the names. Name names.
Go ahead and say it. Kirk Cousins.
Antonio Brown used to be, right? And
Oh, yeah.
I think of mostly wide receivers because they're the
Isn't that
divas on your
Terrell,
team.
What's his name? Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens,
Yeah.
Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
My good. Well, because a whole bunch of them.
Nosebleed Jones.
Yeah. Chris Collinsworth.
Chris Collins.
That guy.
You just want to smack him, don't you? His son, I mean.
Well, Sauce is thrilled that Jack Collinsworth is no longer the voice of Notre Dame football.
He doesn't.
He's
seem to
terrible
like
at it.
Yeah.
And
You
I'm
wanna
not
do
the only one
rest
who
of the
admits
sports
that. Rosie admits it too. And Rosie knows
Time for
TV.
Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
Second time I played it,
Presented
but
by
you didn't
All
listen.
Around
Sorry.
Property Preservation.
Thanks all around.
The Wolves beat the Spurs, Rose, 114-105. The Wolves were without Cat, who was out due to the death of a friend. Ant had 34. Rudy had 17 rebounds. Nas had 22 off the bench. The Wolves have won 6 of 7. They are 41-17, and they battle the just grotesque Grizzlies tonight at Target Center. The Wolves are minus 12.5. The over-under is 211.5.
I didn't see 1 second of the game because I was at the Orpheum last night.
Oh, yeah. Who did the crime?
I'm not going to tell you.
It was Colonel Mustard.
Clue
With
was
the rope
was Lieutenant
in the billiard room.
wow. Spoiler alert.
Am I close?
It's so good.
What's the gist of it? How does this work? And does, much like the great film from the 80s,
Right.
does the ending change? Like,
Yes, I believe it does.
so it's not the same killer weapon in room every time?
Correct. This is the...
Well, then who did you get? Can't you say? Because that wouldn't spoil future showings? Or how does that
Wadsworth.
work? Wadsworth, the butler did it? Oh, man.
It's the first stop of the national tour, and the place was packed. And we're so blessed to have such great local theater in the cities. whether it's the Ordway, the Guthrie, Orpheum last night, and this was the start of the national tour. So, the place was packed. People were having a great time. It was lots of fun. No intermission, just the kind of thing you like. 90 minutes in it. It starts at 7:30. You're out of there at 9, and it's just great. The acting is great. The physical comedy is wonderful. Anyway, so I didn't know what was going on with the Wolves game, and I looked down at my phone. My son is out. He didn't know I was out of play. He goes, Ant really hurt his ankle. I think this is really bad. I went, oh, great. And then all of a sudden, I check the box score, and I get done, and I think, he's got 34 points.
Yeah.
What did he score them all? And then he obviously came back in the game.
Wait a minute, let's dissect this. You were checking your phone during the show?
I looked at it for 1 second.
Oh,
so
come on, Rosie.
No.
I
didn't answer him. But on your phone, I kept it on silent.
Yeah.
But sometimes you could, want to make sure it's not an emergency, and so I just looked real quickly, and then I read it. And I went, okay.
Was your attorney texting you?
No.
You got that out of the way earlier?
He did that earlier. Yeah.
But he's okay.
Yes, he's okay. He was okay, all right.
Yeah.
What did Miles Reed call them? Basically, Paul pierced it. Basically,
That's all right.
Yeah.
Here's what Finch had to say.
He's always been super tough like that. Came back, looked really lively. Was trying to hope that I didn't have to go back to him, unfortunately, but had to. But yeah, thankfully he came back in the game. So.
There you go.
Came back. Yeah. Give that kid a rest. Maybe tonight.
Zacho, your Wild lost 3-2 to the Hurricanes. The Wild got 2 in the first and then didn't score again. The Canes scored 1 in each period to get the win.
Hurricanes are one of the hottest teams in the league, if not the hottest, since like December 12th or whatever. So they're a very good team. The Wild stumbled. They had a bad turnover at the end of the second that resulted in a tying goal and then a fluke goal in the third period.
What off the guy's face?
Off the guy's face.
It actually did.
I know.
And that's, it was a sucky bounce and sucky win for the Hurricanes and sucky loss for the Wild.
How much does that cost?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
Right.
But
not quite sure I've ever seen a goal scored like that before.
The way it was perfect. It was perfect.
Paul, your hands up.
Hawks got a bunch of sound and stuff when we come back. Yeah. I also have ESPN predicted all 32 NFL starting quarterbacks for next season. Kirk is not the predicted starting quarterback for your Vikings.
Well, nobody cares. Then they're going to be wrong.
Care.
Vikings news is next with Mark Rosen for the rest of the Power Trip Morning Show on
The Fan.
Hey, welcome back to the Power Trip Morning Show. Mark Rosen is in the house. Thanks for coming in, Rosen.
Well, it's kind of what it's supposed to do, I think.
But I still thank you for it. You didn't have to do it.
It's just, this just in. It's so weird. We knew it was coming, but the weather was 7 above, and my car registered at 7 above.
Yeah, it's freezing
60 to 7, and it's like, okay, if it stayed maybe around 30 or so, back to normal, we'd understand that, but it's going to shoot up to 60, 65. Right, Zach? You're the weather guy over the weekend. It's crazy.
Yeah, we got 66 on Sunday right now. We have 50 tomorrow. Think about it. We started today it's 3 right now. It's 3. 47-degree swing tomorrow.
Where's this coming from? The weather.
Zach claims it's all El Nino's fault.
Yeah.
Well, we have winds from the south, and they're colliding. That's why we're getting tornadoes out.
The Beezer?
So it's like when worlds collide.
Yes. Much like that song, When Worlds Collide.
Yeah. So there you go. Ian Leonard last night was talking about it, and he said he's never seen a winter like this in his career.
Not my lifetime either. Yeah. It's just
crazy.
Insanity.
Yeah. But it's going to be just fine because we got Vikings news.
Yes, we do.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Your truck accessories pro.
Yesterday, Kwesi and the coach spoke to the media. Everybody's going on and on about the Justin Jefferson conversation from Kwesi. Here's a longer clip of his comments.
We think he's the best wide receiver in the league and should be compensated as such. We think he's one of the best non-quarterbacks in the league. I think he should be compensated as such. And so we'll continue to have those dialogues and those conversations. I've promised them, and I will continue to promise them, that I will not talk about our negotiations. I think this job should be done with integrity. So a lot of the stuff that I hear is completely false, but I can't get up here and tell you what's not true or not false, because that's not how I promised to do this job. But I will tell you that we're excited to have him and continue those conversations, because he's somebody we want around for a long time.
That's music to the ear of JJ's agent, that's for sure. I mean, it's like he's going to be compensated for that. Well, that's not a surprise. They've had conversations before, but I think the idea that, and JJ would get a haul, no doubt about it. And there's a lot of studies that show a wide receiver, no matter how great you are, isn't necessarily going to put you over the top if you can fill in a whole bunch of other blanks. But Kwesi made it very, very clear JJ ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, there's that one. Now, what about the quarterback situation? Kwesi on Kirk Cousins.
At the end of the day, we have our interests, he has his, and we get to the table and see if we can figure out a creative solution and how to meet in the middle. That's what every contract negotiation is, and that's what it'll be with him. What we do know is we have a really great quarterback, a great leader, and somebody that we think we can win the ultimate prize with.
Well, that's all that matters, because I can't remember what NFL person I was listening to yesterday. I think with PA said
Doug Benson.
I don't know. Who'd you say?
Doug Benson.
Yeah, I think it was. Gore, you heard it, right?
He's correct.
It's not about regular season wins and what you do in September and October. It's, can this guy, obviously you have to have a really good supporting cast, can this guy lead you to the big game and to the Super Bowl? That's all that matters. And you have to ask yourself that question. And that's, as we saw when you watch the Super Bowl, and you watch, most of the times they're pretty big name quarterbacks, and Brock Purdy obviously is the outlier. I mean, in terms of where he came from and how he got to that point, and damn near won it, for San Francisco. But generally speaking, and the Vikings feel like for now Cousins is going to be the guy. So I mean, unless something completely breaks down, he'll be signing a new deal with Minnesota.
And according to the coach, KOC, he liked what he saw in that video that was posted.
I know he, works extensively daily on, all the different aspects. I don't want to go into and expose myself from a medical standpoint of my understanding of what he's already accomplished or what is out in front of him. But I was not surprised to see that video based upon my dialogue with him and where I see him going here in the near-term future as far as the next phases of getting him back to 100%.
Nice retort.
Yeah, by March, I think March 13th is the magic date.
Yeah.
As far as getting Kirk done. So we'll know sooner than later. I mean, it's not going to be very long, and then they can move on with their lives and move on with free agency, which is going to be a paramount to this football team, and what's going to happen with Daniil Hunter, what's going to happen with Reisner, with a bunch of their own free agents, and then to say nothing of having to go outside and get a player or two, especially I think on the defensive line, interior defensive line, to bolster a defense that is in dire need of quality, not just quantity, quality.
Corey, here he's talking about Daniil Hunter, speaking of defensive line.
Daniil walks out of bed and it's going to sack the quarterback, pressure, impact the game. That's who he is. So we'll have fruitful dialogue like we always do. It's not just about this season. It's the next season, all these things. And always got to remember, the players have their needs from their standpoint. And I always respect that. And so we'll go to the table and we'll see if we can figure out see if we can talk about a way to kind of find a deal to meet in the middle.
If I had to guess, I don't think Daniil will be back on the team.
No, I don't either.
No. I do like the phrase fruitful dialogue.
Yeah.
That should be the title of a podcast.
Yeah. You two get that here.
So much that's been, much the way that Chad Abbott negotiates with all of you guys. He pushes a lot of your future salary down the road.
Yeah.
That's what works.
Not about today.
Not about today. It's about next year and the year after and all those things. That's sort of the way the Vikings approach it as well. So it's possible Daniil will be around if his agent's satisfied that the dollars are still going to be there. They're just going to take another year or two before he really fully gets all of it. He may want to stay here. So.
Rosie, were you impressed by Kwesi's press conference? Did you like what he said?
I mean, yeah, I think the JJ stuff in particular. KOC was more, I think, open about Cousins than he has been, and I think that's very clear that I don't think there's ever been a time this year that they wavered from that. I mean, from the time he got hurt almost all the way through the rehab, that of course there's always the potential things could break down. He could test free and somebody could throw $100 million at him or something. I don't see that happening, but I think they're both motivated to get a deal done here with Cousins, and then the JJ thing is more optimistic, I think, in terms of getting him satisfied and not waiting another year.
But don't you wish, though, Rosie?
Yes.
That Sauce were the GM?
A Sauce?
I do.
If Sauce was the general manager.
Yeah,
What if
kinda.
Sauce were the general manager?
Sauce?
Yeah.
The general manager.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
How are the negotiations going with Danielle Hunter? How are they progressing?
I think they're going okay, but Danielle Hunter in the 3 people that we have to get signed is probably the 3rd most likely.
Yeah.
And just because we have a lot of cap space doesn't mean we have to spend it. There are other ways that we can find pass rushers. He is important to us as a teammate and that, but
So
we
are
have
you
2
going to
other
sign him,
options.
though, or not?
I would not sign him. If you were going to try...
Was the general manager. What if Sauce were the general manager?
I like that.
Yeah, if you have... You got a lot of money, but that doesn't mean you have to spend it. I think if you truthfully ask the real GM of the Vikings...
No.
Don't bring reality into this.
Okay, I would not. I would not sign Danielle Hunter.
What about the negotiations with Justin Jefferson? How are things going there?
Well, Justin Jefferson will be the highest paid wide receiver. He will get a guarantee over $72 million, which is what the total guarantee Tyreek Hill got. Mm-hmm. He will be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league here in about a month.
Last question.
Nice job.
How about how are negotiations going with your quarterback, Kirk Cousins, and do you want him back on this team?
They're going well, but we have a number that is as high as we will go. And if that number...
What's that number?
I would say our number is $41 million. If a team
That's
goes higher
aggressive.
than that, he will not be the quarterback of this team.
What
But
if Kirk says 41.5 and we have a deal?
we'll pass. 41 is our
What
rock
about
bottom.
41.25?
Wow.
No, we're going to move on. 41 is our number.
Oh, look at you.
What if it's 41, but only
This is not-
94% of it is guaranteed?
This is not fruitful dialogue, Corey.
Yeah, is there
It's
being
dialogue.
Why are you here?
I'm part of the media.
He's definitely
I'm a
a media
journalism major.
Hey, why aren't you in Indy?
How do you know I'm not on the phone?
I wasn't talking to you.
They don't have canes there.
Brilliant.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
Oh, they
Probably
might.
do.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They probably do.
Indianapolis is
No.
chicken town.
If you want if I were the GM, my honest opinion of what I think will happen is they have a number, and if it goes over that, he will not be the quarterback. And the Bill Barnwell on ESPN said he thinks Kirk will get about $51 million. The Vikings will pass if it's $51 million.
It's weird how you're
million.
quoting people.
A
year?
They will pass on that.
You're the Vikings.
They're not going
Yeah, then we will pass on that $51.5 million that Bill Barnwell of ESPN.com predicted. We will move on from that number.
Bill
can't be
Barnwell
pretty.
sounds
There's
like
no
like an old man in an old book, right? Like, down the street, you had to look out for Bill Barnwell. Right? Like the creepy guy at the end of the street that the kids weren't supposed to go knock on
bicycle
Bill
guy.
Barnwell's door.
Yeah.
Because weird stuff happened.
Sounds like a Lord of the Rings
Barnwell's.
character.
But what would your guys'
Bill
reaction
Baggins.
be if tomorrow Kirk Cousins signed a 2-year, $103 million deal and it was all guaranteed?
Not my money, sure. Sounds good.
I just
The cap's $250 or whatever. We got some. If it was
It's
50
not going to
million,
be that high.
if it was $50 million a year for 7 years, I'd say, what are they doing? But it's 2
But
years.
the
Who cares?
The
Let's do it.
comeback of
I'm in.
me still being the GM is we had an opportunity last season to sign him at a deal.
And why
we-
didn't you?
We passed.
Why didn't you do that?
Because I think there are some people in this building
Such
that
as?
work under me. I can't say names.
But
That's
you,
not
what about you, though? You're the GM.
the people that work under me, and including myself, who didn't want him back at that number. There's a very, very, very good rookie class of quarterbacks coming into this draft. We might
Who do you
not
like in
pick
that
this
class?
high. I like J.J. McCarthy,
Henderson,
Bo Nix,
Oh, Knicks.
Lovell,
and Drake May.
Is that why you signed Josh McCown, hired Josh McCown to be your quarterback's coach, is to get intel on Drake May?
Out of the pie of hiring, that was a small slice of it. Yeah.
thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
What kind of size was that slice of pie?
A tenth.
1/10.
The center.
It's not a big slice of pie.
You don't always need a big slice of pie.
it's my pie.
So I just think that we'll see. I am going to throw this question at you guys. Why haven't they signed him?
You mean, why haven't you signed him?
No, I'm now asking you guys as
Rosie
the
was the
media.
general manager?
Yeah, why haven't you signed him? You had
Because
an opportunity last year. Why haven't they signed him?
We asked the questions here.
Now Rosie's the general manager.
I think I think just a natural progression of negotiations. I don't think there's anything unusual about it. They could have. But I think both parties were like, let's just wait and see. And I think Kirk, in his own way, was waiting and seeing. And I think when push comes to shove and the Vikings are able to be competitive financially, he wants to stay here. And the bottom line is the bottom line. I still think he'll get close to $50 million guaranteed over those 2 years. But I think that's the reason why. I think there's just a natural progression of the way the talks went, and it's leading up to 2 weeks from now when they'll get the deal done.
If you want to ask somebody to the prom and you really want to go to the prom with them, you don't wait. You don't let other people ask them. I think this is, free agency starts 2 weeks from today, right? They have 2 weeks. There's plenty of time to get a deal done. But once that, it's less than 2 weeks.
Who's to suggest that they're not going to get the deal done before the bell rings?
Yeah, they might, but
that's the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they've had. It's where they're going. And based on what KOC is saying again, and Kwesi, the negotiation, the Cousins agent and Kwesi and Rob Brzezinski and all these guys, they're in constant communication with each other. It's not as if they're looking at the calendar and going, "Oh boy, we should have done this. We could have done." It's just what's going forward, and that's where all their mindset is. That's where the negotiations are. This is not unusual, and it's. They're going to announce it one day, and it'll be done.
Yeah, what if Kirk doesn't want to go to prom?
Yeah.
Right.
At all. What if he just wants to go to GameWorks and Red Lobster and maybe get into a fight?
Really? The curveball.
He just threw a curveball.
What was the grill thing he had yesterday?
Trying to be cool.
Yeah, I think he did
trying to market himself when he hits the open market.
Some kind of deal with Justin Jefferson, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Real quick, maybe I need to do this after the break. Have you guys heard the kickoff rule change that has been proposed?
I have not.
Man,
specifically.
wait till you hear
Please
this.
tell us.
I'll tell you after the break, because this is...
Okay. Is it good?
My first thing when I first read it, I was like, well, that's ridiculous. But now I'm like, that might be interesting.
Well, anything's better than what they have now, which is the most anticlimactic.
It's
just put the ball on the 25-yard line and get on with their lives.
Wait till you hear this after the break.
Okay.
That's a tease,